It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, let's review.
Season 2. We'll analyze the scene.
Sounds holly jolly to me.
Before it's over, let's begin.
Bum.
Bum. Again.
Again, yes, that's right, folks. Since the Christmas season is upon us, we thought the way to celebrate and to get into the Christmas and holiday spirit would be with some holiday reviews.
12 to be exact. Decoratively divided into 4 categories for your Yuletide pleasure.
So without further ado, silver up those bells like the multicolored lights, and go out and build a snowman as you join us for some seasonal shenanigans. And tonight we will be unwrapping the second selection from our Disney category, entitled Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. A very similar name and kind of similar concept to Mickey's Christmas Carol in a way. All right, BlueDragonFive, how you doing?
Okay.
Okay. So, Star Wars premiere tomorrow, screening Thursday. That's all I can think about. Let's just keep it out of our mind, though. Let's keep it timely. Yep. You know what I realized? I realized that my the title of this video is Twice Upon a Christmas and not Once Upon a Christmas.
Well, be sure to change that because that's.
I know, because Twice Upon a Christmas is the really bad one.
Yes.
I will be sure to change that. Anyways, BlueDragonFive, why don't you give the audience an intro to Once Upon a Christmas, the good one.
So, folks, here's the plot in a nutshell. This one's going to go by really quickly. Just watch. So
this might even go by faster than Fleischer Rudolph. I don't know.
So, Kelsey Grammer introduces 3 holiday shorts homaging Groundhog's Day, a glimpse at a goofy Christmas, and an adaptation of Gift of the Magi. And that's it in a nutshell.
There you go. Okay. So, I guess instead of breaking down characters, do you want to just go story by story? Seems like the logical thing to do.
As long as you do some name dropping, sure.
Oh yeah, of course. There are always name dropping. That's the fun thing about this special, and that's why I kind of compared it to Mickey's Christmas Carol, is that Mickey's Christmas Carol was obviously an homage to one Christmas story, which was obviously the Dickens novel. This is an homage to 3 different Christmas conceits, and we still have kind of the weird, like, Disney shared universe thing going on here, where, you know, Figaro is Mickey and Minnie's cat, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay, so what short do we start out with?
We start out with Donald Short.
Donald Short. Oh yes.
These they don't really have names, folks. They're just kind of broken off. Aside from just the Groundhog Day comparison, we don't have really names for most of these.
And also, was this before the Fairly Odd Parents? I wish every day could be Christmas thing.
I believe so.
Okay, they did it first.
If I'm remembering this correctly, this one was in, I want to say 99. So 99.
This one was 99, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this one was 99, which puts it way before Fairly Odd Parents Christmas special.
Okay, so shame on you, Fairly Odd Parents. Shame. Nog.
Well, again, technically they took it from Bill Murray, so.
Yeah, that's true, but okay, Bill Murray, he didn't, in that movie, it's been a while since I've seen it, did he wish for every day to be Groundhog's Day?
No, what happened was, he didn't wish for it, but he was come to a point of acceptance of it, but no, he's basically just, it was a curse, essentially.
Okay.
He really hated Groundhog's Day, so he had to relive it.
I mean, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of Groundhog's Day in there, but I also just can't help but think of the Fairly Odd Parents thing. But anyways, more on the Groundhog's Day.
Anyway, so basically, that's plugging in our Disney characters into the story. So it's Christmas at Donald's house, and Donald, of course, many a time plays host to his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Donald's got a fun dynamic here. He's let's see. Let me see if I can pull up. There you go. You see my Donald Duck in the War posters right back there?
Yes.
So I have a little bit of a running theory here where Donald Duck, you know, he's trying to keep his cool here. He really is. But in the back of his mind, you know, he's. Anyways, I'll save it. I'll save it. But I'll save it.
Point is, Donald. Donald, he's trying to keep his cool around the holidays. As you know, boys can be rambunctious around the holidays. So, it's Christmas morning. They rip the pages off the calendar. Oh my God, it's Christmas morning! They're all excited. They're going down there. They're unwrapping the presents and stuff. And of course, Donald not too happy with that because you're supposed to wait for the family. And we're just basically going to give you play for the first day because that's pretty much how the special keeps on going.
Pretty much.
So basically, Donald, because in the spirit of holidays, this is a really nice moment, Donald. Here, just Donald, he cools down after like literally frying an egg on his head of being.
That was a great sight gag.
I love the food sight gags with Donald this episode, this segment. Anyway, so then he lets it slide for Christmas time, and of course, then the relatives come by before they can play with their surprise they got from Donald. So Donald is lovable as always here. You see, he does really care for these guys. I assume I want to say he hand-built those sleds, but I can't verify that point. He has like sleds for him as gifts, like a lovely card they don't read until the penultimate moment.
And then, so let's run down the family members who come. We have Scrooge McDuck, who pops in for a brief cameo.
Mad love for Scrooge McDuck.
Of course. He's the one who's trying to get everyone to sing the Christmas carols.
Which is nice.
Now, okay, help me out with this aunt here.
I believe it's Aunt Clara.
Aunt Clara. Okay, well, is that Clarabelle cow? Clarabelle's a cow.
No, Clara.
Oh, Clara, not Clarabelle. What am I? Jesus Christ.
Who's talking about Clarabelle?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, now just answer me this, because I'm a little lost here. I was able to help you out in the Mickey's Christmas Carol podcast, but was this a character invented for this special, or has she been around? I
really want to say she was invented for this special, but I don't know. I'm not the big DuckTales aficionado, or the maybe she might appear in the comics. I don't know. I can't.
It wouldn't surprise me if she appeared in the comics. In terms of DuckTales, she does remind me of oh God, the Miss Weeby, or whoever the like Huey, Dewey, and Louie kind of had a caretaker, like duck person who was kind of like, sickly sweet like this ant person. But
to be honest, what I thought it was is that I assumed they just kind of reused the character model and just renamed it. That's what I assumed they did. Because it looks kind of like something we might have seen before, just kind of the overweight, very tall, towering female duck caretaker type.
Disney? Hold on, BlueDragonFive. You're saying that Disney would like use animation that they previously had and just draw over it?
Well, design, not animation.
I mean, come on. Have you seen Robin Hood? Have you seen how original the animation is in Robin Hood?
I mean, yeah. Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding.
Kidding. No, seriously, it might be like a reused design. Yeah, it tends to happen. Like, we actually have a character in this case. We have some weird design issues, which we'll get to when we get to the naughty here. Some odd design issues, this film.
Well, all the kid characters are in, like, weird in-between places where I want to say that Max is even younger than he is in Goof Troop, for example.
Well, yeah, that's fair. It might be. Bear in mind, a lot of these are primarily kind of out of continuity stories, really. But in trying to fit like the Goofy one in there, I mean, Max is young enough where it could maybe predate Goof Troop, and that might explain why Pete's solo. But then again, how it is the kids' ages match up to Max if they didn't have kids at this point.
That's very true. That's a good point.
They could be at grandma's house for the holidays. We don't know. So it's kind of out of continuity.
Okay.
My point is, here we do the family members. Of course, Daisy Duck also there.
Daisy's so nice. This special.
She is very. I like nice Daisy.
And she's cuddling up to Donald and not frickin' Scrooge. Get your hands off Daisy, Scrooge. Don't even think about it.
Really.
Scrooge is sitting there with the piano, just like, one day she will be mine.
One day Daisy will come. Da, 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 da.
Oh, let's not start something here.
Oh, don't get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm sorry, Mickey's Christmas Carol. You're
I'm
the one that set it up.
I'm
Not me.
referencing Snow White.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, oh yeah, so they're coming around and Clary, and she's the kiss of doom, essentially, the slobbery wet kisses from the overbearing family member of doom. Again, they had some realistic kind of kid stuff here, like the things about Christmas Eve you're really not crazy about.
Oh yeah, very relatable.
Like having to wait for the gifts, having to wait for all the family, having to well, not Christmas Day, sorry. Just kind of having to wait around, kind of all your playtime can be preempted until dinner time, but still dinner pretty nice though. Boys, they have a great Christmas, but still they don't want to be around the bush. They want to avoid some stuff. So,
and like Christmas. I said, one of my favorite moments that keeps repeating Groundhog's Day style is that moment where Daisy brings out the turkey and she's like, "Isn't this nice? The whole family gathered around the table to enjoy a wonderful meal. This is my favorite part of Christmas."
I still kind of have like a Peanuts Thanksgiving special issue with that, but it's very minor. I mean, it's ducks
what a Peanuts Thanksgiving. Okay, then who's the minority who's being discriminated
against? Can we stop with the minority?
No. You will never. You cannot bring up Peanuts Thanksgiving and expect me to not make that joke. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Just try mentioning a box. Just try it.
I'm referring to the ending of the Peanuts Thanksgiving special, the part without Franklin in it. Where it has where Woodstock and Snoopy are, and the turkey, and of course Woodstock being a bird eating another bird. And so most people just kind of write it off as, well, it's a different species of bird. I mean, come on, it's still eating a bird though.
Nah.
I'm saying that and they kind of pointed out here by the end of they invite the turkey to the meal, and the turkeys, they're eating ham. That's what I'm saying. It makes more sense for them to eat ham than turkey.
I honestly, that didn't even cross my mind. The whole bird thing. They're ducks, not turkeys.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's still.
It'd be one thing if they were like chickens.
No, it's still kind of weird though. Kind of the same species in a way. Not classification, but still.
Didn't cross my mind once, but hey, if you're gonna think about cannibalism and whatnot.
Fowl eating fowl around the holidays.
I mean, come on, BlueDragonFive, you and your sick mind and coming up with Nigel Thornberry sharing the Darwin carcass with a lonely Chucky.
All right, okay. All right, fine. Okay, so but it's the idea. It's kind of a realistic kid thing. You want the good parts of Christmas all the time. Of course, the moral here being, it's kind of too much of a good thing. In constant repetition, kind of loses what makes it special over time.
Definitely. It's
a little maddening too.
Oh yeah. Especially with some of the favorite scenes we're gonna get to. But right. I mean, like you said, there's not really a whole ton to talk about here. There's not really a whole ton to break down. It just keeps happening. Every day it gets a little less special, a little more monotonous.
Well, we probably should make reference to kind of the emotional section of it. Like the bit where I'm sorry, let's say, but I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Favorite scenes. Come on now. Come on.
Right. Okay. Well, let's get to our next segment, our goofy segment.
Okay. So, like I said, this is just a weird one for me just because of all the I guess we'll just have to throw the continuity out the window, but I don't know. It's like I'm so used to Goof Troop being continuity and in canon connected to a Goofy movie, which is so many years after Goof Troop.
Well, how old did Max strike you in Goof Troop?
What?
How old did Max strike you in Goof Troop?
About 10.
10? How old does this kid strike you?
Like about 6 or 7.
Oh, you might be on to something there. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's a little shorter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just saying the idea. Like I think if this is connected to Goof Troop and Goofy Movie, it's cool. That's what I'm saying. I want it to be.
I always thought it was kind of like a bridging device between Goof Troop and the Goofy Movie in a way. But then the age thing didn't really cross my mind. Again, I'm not really too familiar with. I mean, I've seen a few episodes, but it's been a while. Goof Troop wasn't one of the ones I really kept up with.
Well, no, I mean, me neither, but obviously we all love a Goofy movie.
That's the thing,
because the Goofy movie podcast coming up, people.
Because that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I really only cared about the Goofy movies over the Goofy series because it had all the other side characters, and I really just cared about our core three. Well, four.
The one thing about the Goofy movie though is that there really isn't a lot of. Well, they don't have Peg. That's the tragedy.
That's the thing, man. I really only care about the core four because those are the big ones in the movies. But
Peg was amazing.
Yeah.
She was like one of the best parts of Goof Troop, so it's kind of the shame that they left her out.
Yeah, well, they want to take you don't want to spend too much time on the wrong character within your title film. Of course,
I guess that's true.
It's not Pete. It's not Pete and his family troubles. The movie.
I do. Okay, you can't tell me you wouldn't want to see a Pete movie. Just Pete and his family on like a freaking National Lampoon's Vacation style road trip along.
Okay.
Where everything's going wrong and everything bad is happening to Pete. You can't tell me you don't want to see that. Yeah,
but there's one flaw with that. You can't really dig. It's really hard to get sentimentality in there with Pete,
Yeah, they can try. I think there's a couple sentimental moments between Pete and Goofy in a Goofy movie.
I mean, yeah, but if you take Goofy out of the equation, though, that's the thing. If it's just Pete in that situation.
Well, how about Goofy is cousin Eddie then?
Well, okay, you kind of have some. There's like a more likable cousin Eddie, all right.
Yeah, Goofy's like the comedic side character that kind of, he's not the main focal point of the movie, but he comes in and kind of gives it a little bit of levity, a little bit of heart.
Okay, I'd see that. Okay, anyway, so let me say this. I think this one, the Goofy segment out of these three, might be the best.
Yeah, I agree, because I think there's obnoxious things that the Donald Duck one does, which makes it probably my least favorite.
I think the Donald Duck one's solid, but it's not really anything bringing anything to the table. The other two have something a little more there.
I think Gift of the Magi is solid as well. I just think it's just such a straightforward retelling that there's not really a lot to chew on. I think here it's probably the most original out of the three. Like it
is.
It plays on the concept of, the thing that we've talked about before on Christmas in July and whatever with the tropes of, of course you have the classic trope of the kid who's getting just on the cusp of that age where he's starting to realize that maybe Santa's not real and there's starting to be in danger of that. So that's really what it explores, and I think it does it in a really good way.
Yeah, this one had more meat and substance to play with. That's why this one probably stood out more. It had more to kind of do with.
BlueDragonFive, I don't know what it is, but like Goofy and Max has always been such a sentimental father-son relationship to me in cartoons.
Well,
it's one of the seminal ones.
I'll tell you why I think that is, Teague. I think it's because we all either idealize or hopefully have, to some extent, if we're all lucky, kind of that relationship where it's on two levels. One of like, when you're a kid, this guy is kind of the fun dad you can never picture. Just kind of the funnest guy to be around, just kind of goofy, silly at times, and you feel like you're kind of the competent one in the relationship. But you still look up to this guy and some of that. He can still deliver on the goods, yet still be kind of goofy and make you feel good about yourself in a way.
Right.
And on the other, of course, years later, then you might have the dynamic where it's, you used to value that stuff more, and now you're just trying to get away with it. But you need that voice to kind of remind you that as much as you need to grow to fit into the world, you still need the kind of that nostalgia. In case you ever lose that going into adulthood, you need that thing that kind of bring you back, and that's what Goofy is the reminder of. He's kind of one of the perfect father figures in that case.
Mm-hmm.
In that aspect, you need that kind of that reminder of your past that still kind of keeps your feet on the ground, or at least maybe lifts you up in the air a little bit in Goofy's case.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the most idealized fatherhood relationships. And again, the movies also kind of communicate that too. Of that, it's just the funnest guy to be around, but again, at the same time, though, it can be embarrassing at times if in the wrong context. If you're older.
I'm sorry, I just realized that the time crunch that I was talking about earlier is not anymore a time crunch. So just keep that in mind. We're not rushing.
Are we dragging?
Well, we don't have to drag. I mean, it's a podcast, so we want to keep our listeners entertained. But
no, Tiki. Are we rushing or are we dragging?
I don't know, BlueDragonFive. What do you think?
I wonder what Ricky Ricardo would say.
There's not a Mars bar, right? I'm gonna go to great lengths for a sight gag. You know what, BlueDragonFive? There's not a Mars bar down here, but you know what is down here?
What?
Some black socks. And you can totally borrow them. Okay, moving on.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I don't know
fine.
where that bit of randomness came from.
Right, fine. Moving on. But no, seriously, just the Goofy Max relationship's always kind of one of the great things to grab onto. I don't know, I drifted off on that tangent there, but
no, that's all. Don't worry about it, man. You talk.
I mean, like in here, their dynamic is still very strong, yet in another different way. I mean, you get this like 3 levels within kind of the Goofy franchise, excluding the Goof Troop show, which is just kind of like living kind of that nostalgic period of like kind of this, Father's awesome and he's kind of hilarious too, and then Goofy movie is like, I don't want to become my father. And extremely Goofy movie is.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I'm very curious to sit down and actually watch it.
Sure, but in a nutshell, what that one is kind of on the whole, like without getting any spoilers or anything for you, what that one's about is it's it's kind of like distancing yourself from home in a way. It's kind of like distancing yourself from your past, from your father, trying to forge your own destiny. That's what those 3 paths are about. It's kind of like a building area, and here it's kind of that period of literally this is the transitional period, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So of those 4 periods within the Goofy Max relationship, 5 if you want to count a House of Mouses, where like the father gets you a job in the nightclub.
I would count that. Yeah, I would count that.
So it's like you have these great kind of 5 kind of earmarks of where Goofy and Max are in their relationship. This one's like right smack dab. I want to say in the center, but
Well, I would say chronologically, this is actually probably the first.
Well, I mean, chronologically, yes, but I mean, kind of arc-wise.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Anyway, so specifics of what's going down here.
Oh yeah, so as we mentioned, so Max is kind of he's all jazzed up for the holidays, writing a letter to Santa Claus. We had an awesome sequence where they're trying to deliver the letter to the mailman. We know for a fact, Goofy is 100% convinced that there is a Santa Claus. He has no reason to disprove that, and then of course Pete just kind of drops the bomb in the story where wait, you actually believe there's a Santa Claus? Oh no, Goof.
Pete is turning on his good old-fashioned Big Bob Pataki best this episode.
Yep, it's like, oh, the little orphan boy.
Little orphan boy.
Why you, Ebenezer?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so Pete's just kind of dropping the bomb on them that's saying, like, what if you're saying, oh, you actually believe you're Santa Claus? It sounds very improbable. Max is still clinging to any hope, and, Goofy is, like, dead set on, like, showing, yeah, there is a Santa Claus. And, Goofy
is just straight up a dick for just going up to Max, who's this impressionable little kid, and just being like, look, kid, there's no Santa Claus, blah, blah, blah. This is the real world reasons why.
Yeah. And, it's like Goofy, in a way, it's interesting looking at Goofy's response to this. It's like Goofy initially, he does absolutely believe in the Santa Claus. And, of course, he realizes practically you can't always... At first, he realizes you can't always count Santa Claus to be there in the moment, because that's hence the reason he dresses up like Santa Claus for the less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, of course, he still believes in the guy. He's like realizing some limitations there, but of course, with the idea that he doesn't exist, period, it's like all for naught. It's like once that idea hits him, it's like he's like his holiday spirit. I mean, the most jolly character in all Disney is now what? He's just like completely defeated. Again, Bill Farmer delivering yet another brilliant performance as Goofy. Whenever Bill Farmer gets to deliver some emotional stuff with Goofy, it's always heart-wrenching.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Which we get a scene of here when he's just kind of like staring into space, just kind of like, I'm not hungry. Just like, oh my God. It's a great reversal on kind of the kids. Here's the best part about this thing. It's this idea of, it's father and son who, the son is having the doubts about Santa Claus, and then the son has to kind of explain the reality to the father. So the reverse story first is like kind of Goofy coming to the kid's rescue, and then of course, but in the end, Goofy is now the child in the situation. So now Max is the adult. It's a fun reversal.
Right, which absolutely makes this the most original out of the three here and the most heartfelt.
Oh yeah,
it's a really good kind of play on the whole parent wanting to still maintain the magic of Christmas even when the illusion's kind of broken. But like you said, it's twisted and turned on its head in a really moving kind of way. So
absolutely,
yeah, definitely some strong stuff in here.
Oh yeah. Of course, has a very happy resolution with the realization, of course, well, we're in the Disney universe. Of course, there's a Santa Claus.
Of course, I mean, come on, it's Tim Allen. He's up there, he's doing his thing.
Well,
this is why all the Disney movies need to be fucking chronologically connected.
Or technically, it could be Bryan Cranston.
Oh God. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Remember, that's a Disney Channel movie.
That's coming. Oh boy.
Just real quick, tell me, did you see it, or are you just waiting to see it?
I'm waiting.
Oh boy, I just watched it today because I had access. Okay.
You can tell we're excited for that, folks.
Oh yes, folks, it's a Christmas miracle. We're gonna be able to talk about it finally.
It's been on our podcasting bucket list.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
So that's really all I have to say. The Goofy one's probably the standout of these three.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Okay, so on to a solid, yet not as original as the Goofy one, but I think a little better than the Donald one. Gift of the Magi with Mickey and Minnie.
It's definitely classier than the Donald one. I'll give it that much.
That's the thing. I mean, again, Donald just pretty much by the books. Just kind of. I mean, the best thing you can say about Donald was it's going the Groundhog, the Groundhog Day direction is interesting. I mean, just the fact they kind of did a pull like that from it. Mm-hmm. Again, the Guy Berman did before Fairly Odd Parents is kind of this idea of the Christmas everyday thing with the Groundhog Day spin on it. It's kind of interesting. So it's an interesting idea, but it just kind of peters out, just kind of where it's going the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gift of the Magi here is a similar case, yet getting there is much more fun.
Hey Mickey, you see this gold chain? This gold chain that I need for my necklace? I have this or what is it? I'm sorry, it's a locket, right?
She has a watch that hangs on a chain. It's supposed to hang on a chain.
Watch?
Remember, it's
that's right. Okay.
Her necklace is it's a heart clock.
So if you'll excuse me to do this demonstration of how this kind of beats the message in. Hey, I need to get you this harmonica case. I need to get you this harmonica case. Ooh, I need to get you the gold chain for your watch.
Okay, but I think importantly, the thing to take away from that is they have to establish it within the short run time. Just kind of if they are thinking about it, they're telling this for the first time in their minds. Obviously, it's a story told during time, practically. But I mean, if they're just, I got to tell you, it kind of strikes me as one of the definitive versions of the story. It really does, because it's kind of, I think it's better than the golden curls of the hair and whatever that one was. Yeah, it wasn't like she shaved her head in the original story.
Yeah, that was it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, here they kind of make it their definitive Disney version. It kind of not in exactly as an effective manner, but in a similar way that with Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's kind of one of the definitive versions.
That's what Mickey Mouse is good at. We take the loving classic stories and make them our own, and you'll never think of them as anything but Disney ever again. Ho-ho!
Yeah, but seriously, it's kind of the definitive animated version of that story. I think they did a really successful job making that entertaining, kind of achieving that in a short runtime.
I know, and I'm serious when I say that that's Disney's specialty. So it's it's just Disney doing what they do best, taking classic stories and just running with them.
Yeah, because I mean, again, it's exactly where it's going by the end, because they've done a good job of setting that up. Not as clever a job, but they've done a good job of setting that up so you know where it's going. So you the audience are smart enough to figure that out.
Right.
But still getting there, they're wise enough to know, okay, well, getting there, you're going to have some fun getting there with some elements we're going to be talking about in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So again, our characters, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Pete. Again.
Let me bring up that Pluto actually does get a lot to do this,
Pluto
this short.
And
I think I think that's nice because I think Pluto gets a little underplayed recently.
So what's the group called with our original 5 characters?
The Fab Five,
Yeah.
BlueDragonFive. I mean, come on.
It sounds like
Come on.
Fantastic for Disney. It really does. That's what it says. The Fab. That is
the
the
Fab
dumbest,
Five.
that's
That's what it's been called for years.
That is the silliest thing.
That's literally what it's been called since I've been on the internet, and I've been on the internet since I was like 9 years old. So Fab Five.
With a better name than the Fab Five.
No, Fab Five. That's what it is.
All right. Anyway, point is, Pluto is always a great addition. I don't think Pluto gets enough to do in the. I think people just kind of almost plain forgot about Pluto nowadays.
I think they have, and it's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. Pluto is like one of the great animated dog characters. Absolutely. I mean,
totally.
The House of Mouse shorts. Whenever they have like the Pluto getting the paper short, it's always great animation. It's always a lot of fun.
Oh, BlueDragonFive. One thing I do want to bring up with this show though is the little Firehouse 5 gag that we get.
Are you sure it's not the Fab Firehouse 5?
No, I'm sure it's not the Fab. But seriously, you know what this is a reference to, though, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it's Frank and Ollie Johnson, part of the. It's the Frank and Ollie thing, right?
It's the Firehouse 5 plus 2, which was a group of animators that used to play, I believe, ragtime music at Disneyland.
Yes.
On a fire engine, yes. So I was kind of wondering if any of these, when the band shows up, if any of them were Frank Thomas or Ollie Johnson caricatures.
I don't know. I didn't notice anything like that. But then again, they're smoldering in when they're performing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta take another look at that. I don't think so though. I think it was just the use of the name.
I just thought the use of the name in itself was really cool. A really nice homage.
I'll tell you what, it's the 5 plus 2, Mickey and Pluto.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, let's get to some. Unless you want to say anything else about Pete.
No, I'll say Pete for my favorite moment.
No, but real quick though, I just wanted to, as you mentioned before, again, I love the fact that Figaro is Minnie's cat.
Again, it just kind of ties the whole Disney universe together in a neat way.
And I love that eternally Figaro is Minnie's cat. Like in all the things she has a cat, that's Figaro.
Right. Whatever happened to Geppetto, though? Did they just like freaking kidnap Figaro, and Geppetto's this crazy old hermit who's now just living with his goldfish and talking to this puppet?
Well, what if it goes in kind of the direction of the Disney movies are productions and the characters exist outside of the movies?
Okay, I can buy that.
Yeah, Figaro maybe need to be taken. It's like a show cat, so okay, well, we'll take it in. So
this is starting to turn into like a Muppet style continuity right there. That's a very messy thing to start getting involved with.
Well, that's how. Remember, that's the idea of House of Mouse. They all have their movies, and on the side they go to the night.
Okay,
that's the idea. So it is already set up like that, which explains how we get all the Disney.
You're right. It is all set up like that. Oh dear.
So the idea they shoot their movies, and that's how Pinocchio is still Wood after when he goes to the nightclub. It's not like he turned into that. It's like that was like part of the movie. They stand
some special effects makeup.
Well, you like special effects, or they just have like a kid that kind of subs in for him.
Magic of movies, everyone.
or the lack thereof.
Oh god. Okay, so what's our next category?
Scenes.
Scenes. All right. So I guess we'll just go really quickly.
Basically, short by short, we'll each pick a moment. That's the idea.
Totally.
So you go first.
Okay, so for the Donald short, I mean, there's not really a whole ton to choose from, but I guess what I'll go for is, I don't know. To tell you the truth, I don't even remember what I picked for this one. I'm not even joking. Care to remind me?
Okay, let me think of your moment for you.
I know, right?
Oh, I remember yours.
What?
Now I'm going to toy with you, see if you can remember it.
Oh, I know what it was. It was the Chip and Dale thing.
Yes.
Okay. So we just have this little bit of Chip and Dale, and they get the choo-choo train for Christmas, and they have it going in a little circle around their little tree house. BlueDragonFive, do you know what's in Chip and Dale's tree house?
Nuts?
A staircase. And do you know what's up at the top of the staircase?
What's at the top of the staircase, Tiki?
You'll never fucking believe it.
Is it more stairs?
Stairs that go back down the fucking side of the tree. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm over fucking Chip and Dale's tree.
What are you turning the burl lives on me for? What gives?
Chip and Dale's treehouse, man.
It's like the Ren and Snippy happy song all of a sudden. What gives?
It's the greatest theme park attraction of all time. It's a spiral staircase that leads to another staircase. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing shit, man.
It's like from the Fairly Odd Parents, the escalator land gag. Remember?
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it is.
I mean, even the Bill Clinton-esque president loves escalator land. It's like the mixture. Remember, there's that one president that's a mixture between Bill Clinton and George Bush and George W. Bush. Remember, it's like we're going escalator land, yay!
Okay, but to get this on track as much as we can, I apologize.
Aside from Chip and Dale stairways.
So I just love the whole idea that Huey, Dewey, and Lou are waking up and they can hear Chip and Dale, and at first it's neat. It's like, oh yeah, they're enjoying their presents. Right on, guys. But then it's like, next stop, Lauderdale. Oh! Or where's their next stop? Do you know?
I don't know.
Something Dale. Something Dale.
Fort Lauderdale?
That's what I want to say. Next stop, Lauderdale. That's what it sounded like.
I don't know, folks. It's something with Dale put in there.
But you know, it just gets so repetitive, and I like the way that the short kind of like drills it into your head and just drills the sound of the train and everything. And also, just two things really quick. Just I love the visual image of Donald frying the egg on his head. And I also like the visual image of the calendar with all the December 25ths. All right.
Yeah. Disney really has great food animation, really does.
Of course, fucking have you seen the Sleepy Hollow one? Come on,
yeah,
now.
it's a thing. Sleepy Hollow, Beauty and the Beast, Disney.
Oh my god, Beauty and the Beast. We spent like 90 minutes of that Sleepy Hollow podcast just talking about the food.
Yeah, but seriously, the food was so good in Sleepy Hollow. It is. Seriously, folks, check out Sleepy Hollow if you want to see the best anime. I mean, as much as I love Ratatouille, that's still probably the best food animation I've ever seen.
Speaking of Ratatouille,
I love Ratatouille. I love the food animation in Ratatouille.
No, okay, you know, freaking Sleepy Hollow and the Headless Horseman song. There's one guy where it's like, and some don't even wear their skin. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Okay, his design is totally just Anton Ego.
Huh.
Think about it. Just think about it. Think about it. Like, go back and look at it.
I gotta look at it. But yeah.
Again, food connection, because that movie had awesome food, and so did Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is the best CG food, and this Sleepy Hollow is the best 2D food you've ever seen.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay, anyway, so aside from the food, which we get some food in here, some good food animation.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So my scene is just kind of the aftermath of the boys pulling their little turkey prank, where basically they have a turkey at the dinner, the uncooked turkey, just to specify. It's going nuts around the place with some classic Donald comedy of him just like, you know, practically emulating the animation from the Fun and Fancy Free, you know, was like kind of going around chasing the animal around the room.
Right.
Chasing the cow around the room in that version. Yeah, point is he's going nuts trying to chase this thing, a tree falls on him, poor Donald. Really sad moments. There's and you know, reading the really emotional card, and he's like, oh, what a Clara she's kind of one of the naughty things here. She's just Claire's a little obvious for me, a little too on the nose. Like, she's the big Christmas cliche. Like, okay, come on, it's a little too verbatim. Like, you know exactly what she's gonna say, Aunt Clara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, regardless, so my scene is the aftermath of that, where they, the boys go upstairs and say, you know, we can't ever do this again. You know, they feel really bad. They feel horrible of what they've done. You know, conscience, it's weighing on them. So they're figuring, basically, they have to pull a Groundhog's Day, where basically you got to make the day work out splendidly. You know, you got to change who you are as a person. That's how you get the Groundhog Day effect to stop. Sorry if I've spoiled that movie for you, folks. I didn't tell you how. Point is, Day after. So what they've done is the boys have just kind of changed the way they do the whole day, but they've changed it up right. No pranks, no messing with Donald. The complete opposite. They're helping their dear uncle if they see all the stuff he's went through for them. So it's like in the morning, instead of Donald preparing them breakfast, which really, again, great food animation, donuts, again, the egg, the bacon, again, the sausage, again, beautiful looking breakfast. Again, sorry if we keep dwelling on the food, but I appreciate
Walter Jr. in here.
I appreciate good food animation, regardless.
Well, let's see what Walter Jr. has to say about the good breakfast animation.
I think he would agree with the good breakfast animation. And it's funny, Walter Jr., he saw Ratatouille also in Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So Walter Jr.
They were watching Ratatouille. It was adorable.
Oh god! So you have no idea how much it delights me that there was a Pixar film referenced in Breaking Bad. You have no idea how happy that made me, and the fact that it's about cooking. The sheer fact that Bryan Cranston mentioning a Pixar animated film that is referenced to a cook. In various ways parallels his. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. Point is, and they're doing it right. They've made Donald breakfast. He's like caught off guard. Like, wait a minute, what are you? Donald's suspicious, but he's appreciative. What are you doing? He says, aren't you going to open your presents? He says, no. We got to wait for the family. He says, no, he's like on his guard. I'm loving this. So by the end, they have their scuba. They don't have the scuba gear on this time, because instead they're kissing Aunt Clara. It's kind of. Make her feel good about herself and all that stuff. Anyways, by the end, Uncle Scrooge is playing the piano, everything's going swimmingly, and then Donald's just going, wait, what are you up to? He says, yes, we have been hiding something from you, Uncle Donald. They open up the closet, and what's revealed is this is really nice. They've taken their 3 individual sleds, and they've reconstructed to what Donald dreams of, what he literally sleeps at night in. Sleeps in his little Navy cap. And he's just, they've built him a wooden... essentially a snow ship. Basically, you can sail in the snow, like not a snowboard, but kind of a snow boat. Mm-hmm. And for Donald, this dog is like the sheepish look of, oh, you boys, and he feels so guilty about it. So it's so nice, and then they push me after the kiss. It's nice. Point is, I just love the boys kind of clean up their act and kind of doing stuff that, it's like, things never work out for Donald. Just seeing something work out for Donald is in service of like how appreciative they are of their dear uncle. It's really sweet. That, to me, that's where that special comes alive. To me, that section on where just with Donald kind of getting his Christmas due. It's really nice.
Yeah, really nice holiday gesture there.
Yeah.
Okay, so my pick for the Goofy short would be the moment where we have a little bit of a fake out with Santa Claus, because we don't see Tim Allen just yet.
But this one might constitute Cranston on some level, but
oh, God.
No. We'll get to that. I still cannot wait for that one.
Okay, so it's right after the heart-tugging scene where, Goofy and Max kind of have their whole big talk about if there's really a Santa, and they're all down, and Goofy's trying so hard, and, and then Goofy's like, Max, wake up! It's Santa! It's Santa!
It's Sandy! It's Sandy!
It's Sandy! It's Sandy!
It's Sandy!
And so, yeah, they do see, a rather large fellow on the roof of the neighbor's house. But then what does it turn out to be?
It's a burglar.
Oh, yeah. Not just any burglar, BlueDragonFive. This is actually one of the main antagonists from DuckTales.
Really?
Yeah, it's the Beagle Boys. There's 3 of them, and they're identical. This is only one of them. But, yes.
Get another reused animation model.
That's what I'm saying.
And I love it robbing Pete's house, because Pete does deserve that.
Yeah, Pete is kind of a bastard.
Yeah. I just love what cracks me up about this, by the way. I just love the SWAT team reveal through it all. Like, SWAT team's lights are coming on and everything. It's just cornered. Like, Pete has his own thing going on right next door.
Yeah.
Okay, my moment would be Goofy helping the less fortunate.
Very nice.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good stuff to pick from for the Goofy short. Like, of course, like the mailing the letter thing was great, and that whole Blues Brothers like sequence of going through the mall. It was nice, but still, just Goofy helping the homeless, helping the less fortunate here. And not homeless, I mean the less fortunate, because it's a family who really, they have 3 kids, they can't really afford to. I think it's like 3 kids, maybe 4. I don't know if there was a baby or not. But this family that lives like a neighbor, a few house, I don't know if it's next door, maybe like a house or 2 down from Goofy and Max, and they're less fortunate, and they basically it'd be a grand effort for them to put food on the table, at the very least get Christmas presents for the kids.
Right.
So Goofy, the sweet notion that Goofy every year for these neighbors, he helps them with the dinner, and and at least contributes 1 present to them for each of the kids. He gives them a good Christmas. Because he's just this sweet, that's the sweet kind of guy Goofy is.
Oh yeah, totally.
And just of course like the one of the great little animation beats of like, just bringing all that food, there's carrying all these these various dishes of food. Again, food seems to be the reoccurring thing in all these.
I guess so.
No, it's seriously like all these pots and pans and things are like set on the table, and then of course like he slips on a roller skate, he goes upside down, he had all the food, nothing spills for once in Goofy's life. Nothing doesn't turn to a mess. It just it perfectly falls into place. And Goofy gives a shrug as he lands the fork and knives in his hand, like, very nice. Okay.
Okay, so my final scene in the Gift of the Magi short is a doozy because, like I said, Pete just goes full on freaking Big Bob Beepers mode here because Pete has, he's a salesman. He's a man who if he has one thing in life, he really wants to, he wants to make a name for himself. He wants to, and he doesn't want just any name for himself. He wants to be known as the guy who can sell the 10 footers. He doesn't want to just sell any Christmas tree.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a baby photographer.
No, come on. So good. But he wants to sell the 10-foot Christmas trees. And that's what I love about this, is that you can tell that the whole 10-footer thing is like this marketing gimmick that Pete came up with, and he was like really stoked on, like, oh, I'm gonna get a bunch of 10-foot trees and I'll call them 10-footers and everyone will buy them.
But unless Clark Griswold is in the nearby area, you're not gonna sell those 10-footers.
Oh, Clark Griswold would be freaking amazed by the 10-footers.
He would find some way to glue the 10-footers on top of each other. So it would be like a 30-footer.
Oh god. A
30-foot tree. Basically the Jaws of Christmas trees.
I don't know. I don't have a lot to this. It's just Pete just acting like a swindler. That one scene where he where he's conning the family. He's like, oh well, he's basically saying like, well, all these trees are already rented out and given away and everything. And all.
So basically, they're like trees in the lot. Basically, they've been like warned, so they've been rendered like not either unsafe for sale or something like that. Like there's a pine thing or something.
And then Mickey's seeing this, and he's just, I just got this perfectly fine tree. It's just a nice moment. Then Mickey comes out, he interrupts, and she's like, well, you can have this tree. Oh yeah.
I guess it avoided
that's a nice moment of just Mickey being a genuinely good person right there.
If and Pete's not too pleased about it, but thankfully the result is his. Just to bridge this into my moment, the result, of course, is his tree lot is lit ablaze by his cigar.
Oh boy.
And probably all the flammable glues and I guess paint thinners in the nearby area. Because remember, he has this bit where he glues the branches of the tree, and then he sprays it with the pine look that's on it. It's like the Charlie Brown effect of like you have like the little
right.
The kids come together and they add like all these. Basically make it into a fully formed little tree. Essentially, that's the effect of this little spray can. Oh man, this stuff really works. He puts it in his back pocket. It's basically aerosol. So basically, all the aerosol and glue, and I guess maybe like paint thinner in the area, just like gets lit ablaze. A lot of flammable in plain view. Whole tree lot lit ablaze, which is why the fire department is unable to attend a charity drive, which is my moment. Mickey being roped into assisting in the fire department's toy drive.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about this, it's a really great musical sequence. It's just showing like Mickey's like he has stuff to do because obviously Pete took all his money for that sale going south, which is really
that was a bastard thing to do too, because that lady gave him that really fat tip.
Yes, and it's so cruel, it really is.
And you're like, oh, right on, Mickey. You can totally buy something nice for Minnie there, and then some.
It's all coming up 7 for the mouse right now.
Buy something nice for yourself too, you know?
Yeah. Don't just give her a gold chain. Give her a gold chain with a platinum bracelet or something.
And then buy her a tuba phone.
Remember, folks, that's spelled T-U-B. No. Okay, tuba phone plug. Tuba phone plug aside. No, seriously, it's a really nice gesture. Like Mickey being, of course, Mickey being the good-hearted guy he is. He's out of luck. He has to find something real quick with nothing practically to find a gift at the last minute for Minnie, or find some way to get her that gold chain for her watch. But, then, of course, he's roped into doing this, which is eating up his time, and he's not getting paid for this either. I just want to make that clear, because rewatching, I forgot if he got paid for this or not, but nope, nothing.
No, it's a benefit.
He realized.
One of the things, really quick, one of the things that bothers me is that the cops literally just grab him by the ankles and drag him.
Well, fire department.
Okay, whatever. It's still, you don't think that's a little bit cruel? It's like, come on, you think that they could at least just be like, hey, look, you're really talented. You want to come play in this?
I'm with you there, because Mickey's like, where are we going, fellas?
Right. And it's like they're literally just like, no, you're gonna go on here and you're gonna freaking play for the kids, and it's gonna be magical and it's gonna be Christmassy and they're gonna love it.
Well, it's Jim Cummings working the Jim Cummings charm, like, oh, well, you're gonna play a show for us, kid.
Well, it's hard to stay mad at Jim Cummings when you put it like that.
That's the thing. It's just the Jim Cummings charm of like saying, oh, no, what you're going to do is you're going to play a little. He's not really commanding him. He's just saying, oh, here's where we're going. This is where we're going. Come on, it's for the kids. And of course, how can Mickey refuse it once this kid puts his teddy bear on him? Like the little Victor Zsasz child walks up. And no, but seriously, the young kid puts like a teddy bear, a donation for the giant box full of for a giant wooden crate full of soon to be full of toys. So basically, the first donation is made,
and that hits Goofy like right in the feels.
Yes, it does. And I'll get into. I have a little. That's in my naughty nice category about that bear, by the way.
Oh no. Okay, what's wrong with the bear?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh no! Oh, come on.
Okay, regardless, though, you have this. Once Mickey's in a position where, of course, the good-hearted Mickey Mouse, how can he say no to a charity thing for kids? And he starts off with the harmonica playing beautifully, and of course, Pluto there entertaining the kids, and just kind of basically they're drawing in a crowd. Then the fire department shows up, and the 5+2 start to play. It's really hopping there with Christmas cheer and like donations galore. It's a really fun, really sweet thing around the holidays. Good little cheery message for the holidays, really it is.
Oh yeah.
Which is nice, and it's a very uplifting sequence. I like it.
Okay. So I guess then we'll get into our naughty and nice list.
Yes, let's check the list and let's check it twice. No, let's just check it once for good time. So let's get to our nice category.
Okay, so for nice, I think all three of these definitely have heartfelt moments to them. Even the Donald Duck one, it has its flaws, but by the end, as you said, it wraps up and becomes really tender and really nice.
Yeah, it's good minimization of storytelling. You know, it's
definitely,
small, but again, it achieves a lot of good kind of pathos within the story.
It just leaves you with that warm Christmas feeling, you know.
Yeah,
not just all a warm Christmas feeling, but just like a generally just heartwarming, you know, like family is like just cherish your family and everything like that. Just really nice messages and sentiment here. I
mean, there are these iconic holiday feelings and dilemmas we all face around the holidays, just kind of encapsulated in these three shorts. You know, it's like it also kind of celebrates the wealth of Disney characters within kind of our five there with this too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's again, it's got some really good morals too. I like kind of the good morality stories that are associated with these. Kind of, it's teaching some good lessons at the same time, just kind of celebrating some classic Christmas stuff we know.
That's kind of the mission statement with this. Is kind of like teaching some nice fables on Christmas.
Yes,
it's very simple but very admirable.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. There's all just kind of very, very solid, very economically told stories that really delivered in spades in terms of, yeah, just It's a simple, but kind of gives you exactly what it set out to do, which is what you really want from this thing. It achieved its goal of kind of putting you in a holiday spirit. It is a once upon a. It feels really kind of like a once upon a Christmas kind of story. Like it's like going to the classics, going to the books.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of go into the classic, iconic Christmas stuff we all know on some level, and just kind of bring it to the forefront through some nice animation. It's like, as I mentioned with House of Mouse, it's like House of Mouse. I mean, they didn't always just pull from the original Disney cartoons. They would create clips that are very much in the spirit of classic Disney cartoons, which essentially is what this is doing. It's kind of giving a classic Disney vibe, but kind of tailoring it to new stories that kind of cover old, cultural stories, kind of like, just the iconic kind of general stories.
Sure.
Okay. What do I have for nice? It's good. It's like really nothing really bad with this thing. But again, Naughty's kind of nitpicking section for this one.
I don't appreciate the repeated belch gag with Huey, Dewey, and Gluey at the dinner table.
I mean, it's the idea. It's because it's happening over and over against one belch.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the idea. Still, I just don't like freaking like belch and bodily humor of any form.
Let me fire through some of my nitpicks here.
All right.
Okay, so some animation errors. Pete has a coloration error because in one he's gray and the other one he's black, like he usually is. But they couldn't make up their mind. It's not.
Well, what if it's just like alternate universe Pete, Nega Pete?
Oh, I never. Well, no, because they all converge at the end. It has to be the same Pete.
Oh God.
Yeah. Same Pete. So it's an error. It's like maybe Pete had some work done. It's like he dyed his hair. That's the thing.
Yeah. He's got to keep himself looking good.
But Pete's like prematurely gray cat, but he dyes his fur black.
That actually sounds a lot like what the Pete character would do.
Yep. But yeah, he's like this is when Max is young though, so he's been prematurely gray for a long time. But then again, that kind of factors in that idea. Oh, maybe all the Disney characters touched themselves up after the class of the core five and the ones in relation. Think about it; they all have work done because Mickey's been around since Steamboat Willie, or a little bit before that too. But Steamboat Willie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying so is Pete's. I mean, that's what happens. They have this work done. How do they change the looks?
Yeah, exactly.
There's some logic to that. Really, what it is, it's an animation error.
I've got a Mickey Mouse timeline poster that goes from Steamboat Willie all the way up until today, and the today is like 1980s fucking Mickey Mouse Club Mickey Mouse.
Which one was the funky looking one from the Muppets Walt Disney one?
That was the Mickey Mouse Club one.
Ah, yes.
I mean, that is the one that I have at the end of my Mickey Mouse timeline poster that says today.
So I mean, the Mickey we have in this one is kind of the Mickey I'm used to. This is the good Mickey. I'm not saying like the old Mickeys are bad. I'm saying this one's kind of my iconic Mickey. This version of it.
I would say this is right around maybe 1955 Sintra Mickey.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, let's see. Yes. So I think the bear bit in the Goofy one's a little too cruel.
Why? Do you think you have a problem with the orphan giving away the bear?
No, not the Goofy one. The Goofy one.
Oh, okay. Well, what about it? Tell me.
I'm saying I think it's cruel because, first of all, the Goofy movie, it's a reoccurring pattern in all the Goofy movies, by the way, of there's always some cruelty with something that's like stuffed or like it's like a plush thing of some variety. Because there's this really sad bit in the Extremely Goofy. I don't know if it's Goofy movie. I want to say it's Extremely Goofy movie with the stuffed bear. Goofy's holding that after Max leaves for college. He's like, oh my god, it's so sad. And in Goofy movie, there's the bit with the weird. Well, we'll get into it let's just say it's with the possum hat. No, but here though, it's their tug of war over the bear, and the bear's arm comes off. Like, oh god, that's. Let me saying this, and then he's using it to kind of patch things up later on. I don't know. It's always kind of been my thing, even since I was a kid. I don't like the destruction of property within a movie. I don't know. It's this weird thing.
Well, then I guess frickin' I'm not the only one who was horrified by Sid then.
Yeah. But I mean, less repairable damage because they were repaired in that one, though.
No, they weren't repaired. They were mutilated.
No, then don't you remember the mutant toys then fixed them?
Fine, whatever.
Okay, but regardless, you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, this the bear bit, it's like it's a little unnecessarily cruel, but it's like we really need the bitch is kind of hammering the point that Max is kind of losing his seasonal spirit.
Yeah.
I'm saying the bear felt a little like there's really trying to get you, really kind of emote here.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like a little forced of like, oh, yeah, we need some sympathy points here, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Do you have any other negatives before I get to the other ones I have?
I mean, not really. Like I said, the only one I can really pick out is the belch thing.
Again, I just had the logic question of who would buy a 10-footer, but it's absurd and funny.
Well, I think that's the whole joke. I think Pete thinks that everyone will buy a 10-footer just because they're big, and he doesn't factor in the logistics of it.
Yeah. Just like, you think he would just like sell the lower trees at a higher price, but it's just so absurd, hilarious. That tree's bigger than our house.
Oh God.
Let's see. So the end. Oh, here these two are just after the 3 shorts. This is like kind of the framing device issues I have.
Okay.
So basically after Kelsey Grammer is in the. I think the framing of Kelsey Grammer is talking about me have like the ornaments on the tree angle. I love that. That's great. Of course, the wonderful talented Kelsey Grammer is kind of narrating us here. It's great. But we have this ending here. It's not bad, but it's just really out of nowhere. It's like they're all just linking up all of a sudden.
It's
like,
out of nowhere and rushed.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's out of nowhere and rushed. That is exactly the thing. It's just really shoehorned in.
Like, you think they would have been better served to maybe have like an extra 10 or 15 minutes to tie this whole framing device together a little bit more?
I don't know. Like maybe give some of the other stories some time or something. I mean, it didn't feel like the way you wanted to end it, though. I think it just could have ended with Kelsey Grammer saying goodbye. I don't know.
No, I agree. It totally could have, and it probably would have been more classy for doing that.
Yeah, that's the thing. If they did like the storybook thing or something, like close the book or something, I don't know. Just anything, but it wasn't bad. It just felt really out of nowhere. Last one's something that has nothing to do with the special itself. It's just something. This is a reoccurring Disney problem. That's within the movies a lot of the time, especially Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Ends with a bad pop music song.
Well, that's more DreamWorks territory right there, though.
No, I'm saying like there's this. Have you ever listened to the Lilo and Stitch commentary?
No.
They're very the people worked on the movie for Lilo and Stitch. They're very facetious when they're saying this, and it's really funny. They're basically subtly poking fun without getting in trouble by saying anything negative. They're saying basically the Disney movies. I don't know how. I know it was the 90s thing, definitely, maybe early 2000s also, but in the Disney movies...
with the 90s, they would always have, like, the big Oscar bait song. Like, they'd have, Beauty and the Beast, and then Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Well, not that. No, that's not what I'm speaking. I'm talking about, they were, like, plugging the Kids Bop type Disney music. What I'm thinking of, it's kind of it's like not Mickey Mouse Club, it was a little after that,
Disney Radio?
Yeah, Disney Radio. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's like they're really just plugging.
Or Radio Disney.
Radio. I think that's it. They're really plugging like the forced kind of trendy pop music of the time. It just like feels really completely out of. Like, give me Alan Silvestri's score over that. Like it's like they point out like says, oh yes, they're overhyping the music group. Oh yes, we follow those group forever, and they're gonna change the world essentially. And they're being very facetious when they're saying that.
Right.
They're just making fun of the fact, well, yeah, we have this great movie and nobody's have to put on this crappy music during the credits. Why? And the same thing here. It's like I'm saying, is yet another more pop, is a Christmas pop music playing at the end of this thing. It's like in that trend of Disney movies, especially I can assume all the home. I can guess the direct to video Disney movies do.
We can guess. We can guess.
You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? It's like they force that in there for the credits just to kind of get some.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I still think that DreamWorks did it worse though.
I'm trying to think what the examples were with DreamWorks.
Okay, the thing with DreamWorks that did it, the thing they did bad was they didn't have the pop song over the credits. They would literally turn every single damn one of their endings for a while into like this big dance party thing.
Well, remember, that wasn't just DreamWorks. That was like in 2010, all the anime movies ended with like kind of dancing and songs.
No, it wasn't 2010, my friend. This was way 2010.
I'm just saying 2010 was like the one where it was all across the board, not just DreamWorks. Remember, it was Megamind ended with the awesome dance. Megamind did it awesome.
Toy Story 3 totally ended with an awesome dance sequence.
Toy Story 3, Megamind.
Wait, no, seriously?
Megamind had a good ending.
Oh, wait, Toy Story 3, you're right. Toy Story 3 did have the Spanish, "You've Got a Friend in Me." I totally forgot about that. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they all end like...
Because Toy Story 3, I just think of the ending and I think of like the, just the Bam! Fields, gut punch.
No, seriously. It's like think the big three anime movies of 2010 all ended with a dance party or a dance number of some kind.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Megamind and Despicable Me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's really all my real negatives. It's just like that. Very minor again. Just barely affects the thing. Just I think the bear is a cheap shot. Really, that's my main gripe. But again, it's not really a bad special at all.
Yeah, and then that leads us to how it holds up. I mean, I think it holds up fine. I don't necessarily think it's the most memorable thing in the Disney canon. I honestly think there's probably more interesting things we could have talked about, but whatever. I won't be cynical about it. I think it's nice for what it is.
I think this one to me holds up because it's something I can watch around the holidays. Just get me in the spirit. Just because when you're watching all the Christmas specials and all the Christmas movies, this is one I definitely try to watch, especially when it's on Netflix and convenient for me.
I guess so. It's funny. I did have the VHS of this thing, but
I still have the VHS of this, but now I have to use Netflix.
But that was when I was like 10, and I was like kind of in that phase of not believing in Santa anymore. So the magic had kind of worn off. I don't know. I mean, you would think that would make me connect more with the Max short, and it did. I remember being really moved by the Max short as a kid. That was, even as a kid, that was the best one. But I don't know. It's just, it's a solid effort, but there's not really a whole ton to break down or talk about, which is why I'm sorry if this was a boring podcast, because I really didn't have a lot to add to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's again, it's just as I mentioned. I think it's rewatchable around the holidays, and if they're really, it's not uber memorable, except for just kind of if you kind of gravitate towards the shorts. Really, that's the question. It's really subjective. One's for subjectivity.
Mm-hmm. Chalk it up, Steven. Chalk it up.
Yeah, it just depends. Like, I mean, I got nostalgia.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I know. I'm saying artistically, there's more interesting things we could have looked at, but that's totally fine, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I still love you.
Right. Okay. So I guess would you like to peek beneath the wrapping paper for what we're talking about next?
Let's do it. Let's see. So we will be tackling our second miscellaneous category, correct, Mundo?
Yep, our special category.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see if Tiki's gonna remember it, kids.
Are you? Oh, okay. If you don't remember this, I'm gonna find some way to strike you.
Okay. Well, I know what we're doing last.
Of course, you know what we're doing last. I'm talking about what we're doing.
Obviously, I know what we're doing. Is it the Cranston one?
No!
Fuck, what is it?
Seriously?
Yes.
You don't remember.
Do you know how much, like, I've reiterated to you how much, like, stress and mind-numbing torture finals have been for me. All right,
don't give me the sob story, I'll tell you.
I'm so sad, BlueDragonFive. I'm so sad.
Folks, we're next time talking about one of our kind of our anticipated things around when we do these, our special speculatory Gotham Christmas.
Oh, Gotham. Duh. Duh.
So we're going to speculate on what a Gotham Christmas special would be like, and we're looking forward to it, right?
I'm going to be blatantly honest with you here. The reason why I forgot about it was because I just wanted to get it out of my mind because I haven't really had time to think about it because I've been so busy.
And this is all stuff we want to tell the nice viewing people so they they're so impressed with this later on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, hey, they'll be impressed because they'll be like, oh, man, Tiki didn't have anything, and then he just pulled all those great ideas. Just, oh, man.
Don't worry, folks. What
a creative mind who can think under such a deadline. What an inspirational figure.
Don't worry, folks. I've been cooking some stuff up. I think we're going to be happy with it.
Okay. So I guess that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. So I guess I'll take us out with, well, kids, time to dash away all. But as we wave goodbye, don't you cry. We'll be back again next time.
With even more seasonal shenanigans. Oh,
fa la la la
la la la.
Oh, yuck.
Oh, yuck. Come to Pete's Tree Farms for the 10-footers.
Ebenezer.
Well, hello there, Ebenezer.